You're welcome to this wonderful edition of our Sport Jones coming to you live on HQTV Nigeria. My name is Olaleye Idowu. And of course, thanks for always being a part of our previous shows. Like I said, do remember to always share, click, and of course, subscribe on the YouTube channel to get the very latest in the world of sport and of course, entertainment, politics alike. I am not alone in the studio today. I've got with me Edwin Oyebulisi. Good day to you, and of course, welcome to the show.
Good evening, Leia. It's good to have you and good to be on the show also.
Fantastic time, of course. So much taking points on the show today. We'll go for a short break. When we come back, a game happened over the course of the week. Liverpool thumped Tottenham by 2-1. A late winner by Roberto Firmino, the Brazilian international, was decisive goal that made Liverpool continue with their impressive form at Anfield. 44 games unbeaten in the Premier League at Anfield. We'll go for a short break. When we return, we'll dissect all of the talking points on the show. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. Sport Jones coming to you live on HQTV Nigeria. And of course, I'm not alone in the studio. I've got also with me Edwin Oyebulisi. Going over to the talking points for today, we'll talk about a game that was played in the Barclays Premier League. Liverpool against Tottenham. 2-1 ended. And of course, other stories that made the round. We've got nominees for the FIFA best player. We've got players like Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, and of course, Roberto Lewandowski, the Polish international, who is part of the 3 nominees for the FIFA's best. And of course, for the coaches, we got coaches like Marcelo Bielsa, Jurgen Klopp, and Finch. Yes, if I'm not mistaken, that's also in that nominee position. So going straight to the Liverpool game against Tottenham, headwind. It was an interesting stuff. A game to which we had everything in between. For the first time in a long while, Liverpool had a game without no substitution. Last time we did that was when Gerard Houllier was coach as far back as 2004, and they won by 2-1. Your take about the game? Aftermath of which Mourinho said his team Tottenham were the better side, but then again, 3 points Liverpool had on the night.
Once again, good to be on the show. You said it was an end-to-end stuff. I don't think it was. You look at the statistics after the game, Liverpool had over 75% of possession. They had 17 shots on goal. They had 11 shots on target. At the end of the day, they made those possession and positive statistics count. It was a 2-1 to the goods, and it was justice for Liverpool because it looked like there was only going to be one winner after 90 minutes. And there's also a bit of hypocrisy for coaches who complain about not having 5-man substitutes and increasing the number from 3 to 2. Remember, in the top 5 leagues, the Premier League is the only league to use just 3 substitutions. And if you go into a game with everything at stake, as we saw yesterday between Liverpool and Spurs, and you were not able to make any substitutions, it means you should just kill whatever emotional tantrum you are trying to throw as regards the 5-man substitution. And also for Jose Mourinho, classic Jose Mourinho, always trying to deflect whatever criticism comes his way and shifts it, maybe blames the coach, the pitch, blames the weather, blames the FA. And yesterday, if you had 2 shots on target as opposed to your opponent's 11 shots on target, there was no way we were going to win that game. And I don't think Spurs deserved even a point. What they deserved was what they got, 0 points after 90 minutes.
All right, looking about the game and now the table shaped. Tottenham have lost the first game. I think about 14 games. Yes, this will be their first loss.
Since they lost to West Ham.
Yes, and of course, you look at the fact that playing against Liverpool, a team who's also doing well in the UEFA Champions League, you feel that Tottenham should have done better in terms of, because they've actually played amongst one of the title contenders. Let's not forget Liverpool are the defending champions, and of course they did it in grand style last time out. Winning with maximum the highest points in their history.
99 points.
And you look at the fact that Tottenham could just hold their own against one of the favorites. Do you think Mourinho and the Tottenham side with this game would still be able to hold their own as the tournament or the Barclays Premier League progresses, knowing full well that they've actually been dumped by one of the best teams thus far in the league?
For the sake of time, I'll try to be concise with my thoughts because I have a lot in my head going on. But first off, it was Spurs' first loss in the league since the opening day against Everton when they lost at home,
Absolutely.
1-0. And a lot has been going on about the potency of Harry Kane and
Maybe Son,
Son Heung-min,
Min,
and the fact
Balak.
that it takes them just 2 or 3 shots on target to find at the back of the net.
True.
But like I tweeted a couple of days back, it is an anomaly that's not sustainable. What you get with the very best players in the world, the very best clubs in the world, is they tend to miss more chances than you score. So in the case of Spurs, they are scoring more than the expected number of goals they ought to score. So in the case where they have 7 chances on target, they score 3 or 4 goals. It is an anomaly. It is not sustainable. And it is pointing at the fact that the club is not creating a lot of chances. Now, when push comes to shove, like we saw against Liverpool, they didn't create a lot of chances. And the few chances they created, they were not able to put it at the back of the net. And for Liverpool, they created 17 and they scored 2. So it is more of normalcy. It is more of bringing back Spurs and Jose Mourinho to reality.
Okay.
So I don't think it's sustainable.
Okay, coming from a tactical aspect, remember over the course of this English Premier League, Tottenham won against Manchester City. We saw the game actually fared. Tottenham actually was able to contain Man City, and of course we were able to win. But you look at the fact that aside from the statistics you just figured out, Liverpool on the night were at home, they played a 1-0 draw, and it took them 90 minutes to have scored that winner. What if Jose Mourinho's side has actually maintained the Spurs in terms of the 1-1? What would have been the perspective to the game? But then again, Firmino was the difference. After the corner kick, a wonderful header, gave them 3 points. But then again, looking at the fact that it was 1-0 till the tail end of the game, what would have been the perspective if the game had ended in a 1-0 encounter?
I think it would have been a disappointing game for Liverpool. Yes, if it had ended 1-1, a lot of football fans, football buffs, especially Jose Mourinho fans, will come out and say it was a tactical masterclass from Jose Mourinho, classic Jose Mourinho. But in hindsight,
in terms of the statistics,
in hindsight, with what I said, you look at Spurs, they have one of the best strikers in the world in Harry Kane. I think top 5 best strikers in the world, Harry Kane. They have Son Heung-min. There's a plethora of attacking options in that team. So I don't know why he goes into games feeling that he needs to sit back, soak the pressure, and maybe get the odd goal that gives you 3 points, or maybe snatch a draw at the death like he almost did yesterday. Maybe if it had happened like he did against City, where he had about 20% of possession and he won 2-0. Like I said, it's not sustainable. You have to play to the strength of your side. And I don't think he's doing that.
All right, moving forward now, leaving the English Premier League, we go to the next talking points where the best players in terms of the striking options. We got 3 nominees for the best forward. I'm talking about the best player in the world. We've got Roberto Lewandowski, we've got Lionel Messi, and then again, Cristiano Ronaldo. Edwin, 2 players have always been in this list for the past few years, but of course, then again, we've had a certain Polish international, talking about Lewandoski, who plays for Bayern Munich in Germany. What's your assessment of his chances, going by the fact that we've got 2 players that have actually been on the list for quite a while? Of course, about Roberto Lewandowski coming, and I think this should be his first time he will be in the final 3.
Yep.
Just a few days ago, I think he won a magazine's player of the year. I think Total Magazine. Would you think Roberto Lewandowski has gotten a chance against Cristiano Ronaldo and of course Lionel Messi? We knew Lionel Messi with Barcelona having been doing so well, and of course talking about his performances also with his country. Cristiano Ronaldo moved from Real Madrid to Juventus. He's won the Scudetto title, was almost helping them to the Champions League. I think semi-finals, they were dumped out. You look at all of these yards together, Lewandowski, Lionel Messi, and Cristiano Ronaldo. Who do you think merits it? Sentiments apart, based on facts, who do you think merits this?
First off, I think it's farcical to even have Messi and Ronaldo on the list. If you go by the definition of these individual awards, it's stated on FIFA's website that it's an award given to the best player, means in a calendar year. So you look at Messi, you look at Ronaldo, they have no basis for being on that list. In my opinion, I think Thomas Muller deserves a place on that list, and also the Bayern goalkeeper and German goalkeeper Manuel Neuer. But coming to Lewandowski, I think he's the undoubted star of the 2019-2020 season.
Absolutely.
He did 55 goals in 47 games. He was the top scorer in the Champions League.
Wow.
Was the top scorer in the German Bundesliga.
Awesome.
He was the top scorer also in the DFP Pokal. So it all pointed to the fact that he was the most dominating player in the just concluded European season.
Yep.
But Ronaldo and Messi, fair play to them. Ronaldo did 37 goals in 44 games. Messi did 31 goals in 44 games. So it's more like the awards that we've witnessed the last couple of years. It's been more of a popularity contest than fact-based.
Okay, looking at the fact that you just mentioned something that is more of a popularity contest other than a fact basis. Let's not forget all of these criteria or votings will come from players, right, and coaches.
Yeah.
And I think if you
And
go
fans.
and fans. So if you go by what you just said, that you've got two players, like I said, Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, been on the list for the past 10 years, one apiece, and then again, starting Roberto Lewandowski. Do you think Lewandowski has got a chance?
For me, it has to be Robert Lewandowski. If you even
going by votes from coaches,
yeah,
captains, fans.
it has to be Lewandowski.
So that's where popularity contest will come in.
Yes, it is. But even with the popularity context, if you listen to top journalists, you listen to even the fans, especially in the social space, it's all pointing to Lewandowski. He's had a fantastic, phenomenal year, and he ended the year as a treble winner.
All right, coming back with what you just said, far back as 2010, we had a certain Schneider who did fantastically well for the Dutch national team at the FIFA World Cup, won the treble. Then under Jose Mourinho, won the Serie A Champions League as well as I think the Calcio Cup there.
Yeah,
Coppa
Italia.
Italia. But then again, that same year, the certain Lionel Messi eventually won the then World Footballer Award. Why? Because he led his team to the finals of the FIFA World Cup, and of course, he didn't actually do well for Barcelona. That is why I'm bringing this to the fore. But then again, it's also a yardstick we can always put at a pointer where other players will do well over the course of the season for their both country and club. But then popularity contest will come into this. But you said finally you've saying that it would not be at par in this instance, right?
Yeah, it will be. For the sake of time, I would have liked to dwell on 2010, but I won't. But in 2010, Schneider had a fantastic year, but Milito had a more fantastic year.
But Milito wasn't on the list.
He wasn't, and I think that was the biggest
I think
outcry in 2010.
If you continue with this topic, we might not leave you.
Yeah, like I said, for the sake of time, maybe we'll do that some other time.
But then again, like I said earlier, for the best award, we've got the likes of Roberto Lewandowski, Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi. I want to put you on the spot as we go towards the twilight of this show, Sport Jones on HQ TV Nigeria. Edwin, your player of the year.
Robert Lewandowski.
Your manager of the year.
Hansi Flick.
Both coming from Bayern Munich. With that, we've come to this edition of Sport Jones, which has come to you live on HQ TV Nigeria. And of course, do remember to be a part of the show. Subscribe to our YouTube channel where you get the latest and very best content in sports, entertainment, as well as politics. I've been joined today by Edwin Onyebolise, I beg your pardon. Thanks for being a part of the show.
My pleasure.
My name is Olale Edu. Do remember to be a part of the show next time. Do remember to as well send your feedback to us. Subscribe on the YouTube channel. Leave your comments in the section. Who do you think should win the best award? Then again, as well, in the coaching category, which coach deserves to be the coach of the year? My name is Olale Edu. Once again, on behalf of the production team, I say we'll see you next time. Bye for now.